Divine greetings, entities, energies, lovelies, bodies of light, the seekers and sojourners of truth, the 144, chosen of the chosen few. You all know who you are. Greeting you in the love that lights the truth from my heart to yours. I am Celestial Earth in this divine energy essence of it all, reporting to you live from nowhere other than dimension number 5, and in this hotel room because I couldn't get the moon out from under the clouds. So we got my beautiful view right here, ocean view. Talk about your ocean view. Now, this full moon, let's talk about it. Let's bring you the news and infuse, if you so choose to infuse with that light as we are lighting up on the light grid right here, right now. Remember, if you do not infuse, that's cool. It's your choice. But by default, you choose to infuse. And when you do infuse, or no, you choose to refuse if you don't infuse. And by that choice, be prepared to be fried on the grid. I don't even like to say that like doom and gloom no more. It's like it's just to let you know you're gonna feel a little something. You're gonna feel a little zing whenever we refuse, especially the more that you infuse. Like it has to be constant infusion because the more you know, the more you grow, the more things show, and you cannot ignore what you know. And so what happens is you begin to hit the grid. You begin to things happen, and when you're having resistance and you're refusing to infuse with that information, that light, that energy, then you'll feel a little, a little zing here and there in your life. So with that, let's tap into this full moon. Let's get this full moon um information. And I feel like having some of my feel good light right now, my bring in the good news light with the scent of good news, my Palo Santo. With that, this full moon is packing with emotions, emotional body. This is an emotional upgrade for those who can choose to respect their feelings and recognize this upgrade. The downloads that you're getting, the light codes that you're getting. Remember, Third Eye Atlas just left its closest point to Earth with the new moon just about 2 weeks ago. So it's, you know, still in pretty close distance. It's on its way to its nearest point to Jupiter, planet of expansion and wisdom. This moon that we're in, that has come right behind their Gregorian New Year. As we know, it's nothing but a new season. It is the last season of the fourth quarter of the year because the true new year is in spring, the cosmic new year. If you align with the stars, if you align with the origins of time, time that tells itself, then the new year is in spring. So with that said, we got some new feelings, happy new feelings with this full moon in Cancer, which is the emotions, the emotional body of Cancer. Cancer is a water sign. It is, this is why they say cancers are very emotional. They carry the bodies of water. They carry the bodies of emotions. And with good reason. She also represents the nurturing, right? The while the full moon, for those who don't know, the full moon means that the moon is in opposition of the sun. So while the moon is in Cancer, the sun is in its opposition, which is what? Capricorn. And that Capricorn is the responsibility. It is the get it done. While the moon is bringing in your inner world, the feelings, the moon represents your inner world and the feminine aspects of you. The moon represents our subconscious mind, our emotions, our intuitions, our feelings. The moon already represents that, much less when it's a moon in Cancer, and that is its home sign. So this is a very emotional time. And what I'm sensing in this emotional upgrade, I have to call it an emotional upgrade because it doesn't feel like we're getting pulled under. Some may be if you allow yourself to, but for those who have been doing the work, for those of you especially and particularly who were in our sacral chakra workshop. Now you see why it had to be done. I'm pretty sure whatever it is that's coming up, you are feeling a clarity like no other. You are feeling the emotions, but you're not allowing the emotions to fill you up. You are allowing the instructions to come through because those feelings are instructions, and you're allowing it to sharpen you in your intuition. And so these inner moon, the inner world is really bringing to you, highlighting with the sun representing our outer world, that it's highlighting to you. It's being reflected. It's the reflection of the light of the sun, in which the sun being our outer world. The sun is our masculine energy. So it is everything that is happening in action in the egos of our mind, and in the outer world. It's saying these are the responsibilities. Yes, allow yourself to feel. This is a beautiful dynamic. Allow yourself to feel. The feelings are real. Now, what are you going to do about it? There's a responsibility to having these feelings. It's not just for you to have it and be under the waters about it, so to speak. This is where you got to walk on waters. You got to get in your Christ consciousness. And as they say, Jesus walk on water. That is very metaphysical. It is walking on the emotions. It's putting your Christ consciousness over your emotions. Walk over it, not under it. It is representing you walking on faith. The waters also represent that faith because you can't see in the depths of the waters. And faith is unseen, it's unknown, but it's known. And everything unknown is within the known. Someone said that to me and it was like, huh? It was said a little bit differently, but I understood it in that way. Everything unknown. It was like something about the known being the ignorance in the known. And it was like, yeah, because ignorant is when you don't know something, and everything unknown is within the known. Just because you don't know it doesn't mean it's not known. There's nothing new under the sun because everything is known. So we have to trust it. And the sun in Capricorn is saying, you know what time it is. Even if you don't have the details, even if you're in your emotions. Matter of fact, because the emotions are bringing you the instructions, you know what time it is. So this full moon is giving us an opportunity to release the personal attachments. And those of you who have been in our workshops, the detox, the detached, this is where all of this is applicable. Apply these detaching tactics. Apply yourself recognizing the emotions and asking, what are they saying to you? Not giving into the cravings of the emotions, like we learned in the detox. Detoxify your third eye. You see, I got my citrine on my third eye because I'm in my I am. Even though the full moon is usually on the heart chakra day, but I'm in my I am. Being that I'm in Jamaica and things happen a little bit differently, I'm a little bit behind, but I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And I'm bringing my I am to the forefront. You come to the forefront. I am that I am. You come to the forefront. Because that's the only way I'm going to be able to assess these feelings, through the super conscious, the I am that has said, I am has sent you. These feelings that are coming up, and you're seeing with the emotional body, you're seeing everything all around you. These planets, the personal planets, even though you heard me say we have to depersonalize, the personal planets are all a part of this full moon right here. When we're in Capricorn and Mars led the way, I wanted to do a video about it, hadn't gotten the time. It's a lot of videos that need to come out. But the Mars led the way. Mars is really leading. It has been leading the way. Third Eye Atlas led the way, meeting with Mars first, because Mars is the initiator. We're beginning to understand these celestial bodies and how they relate to us. I've always said this. I've always talked about the planets as the celestial bodies, the sun, the moon, the stars. The planets are a part of the stars. When you look in the sky and you see a planet, it don't look like a round ball. You see a star. It looks like a star. These celestial bodies are being upgraded along with us here on earth with Third Eye Atlas, awakening dormant codes that are inter interacting and interconnecting in and through us. So Mars is leading the way, as Mars represents our personal planet of masculine energy within us. And then Venus. Third Eye Atlas went by who next? Venus. And that is representing our feminine energy entering into Capricorn. It's like they're marching in. It's like the Capricorn parade. Here they come marching in. And then Mercury just came in as well around the full moon right now, just entering into Capricorn, the messenger. And although Third Eye Atlas didn't particularly go to its closest point to Mercury, it didn't have to, because it's the cosmic messenger, and Mercury is already the messenger. It's already the Jehudi of our solar system. However, when it was passing the sun at its closest point, the perihelion to the sun, Mercury was very much close by, for those of you who remember. So it was doing a double pass up. As it was passing the sun, so too was it passing Mercury. So these are all our personal planets, Mars, Venus, and Mercury, and they are all in Capricorn, saying, what you gonna do? What you gonna do now? Capricorn is the let's get it done, responsibility, accountability, with its ruling planet Saturn in Pisces. In Pisces, out of retrograde, moving forward, about to have a great cosmic event with Neptune again for the last time, about to meet up with Neptune again as they both enter into Aries. They are going to have an exact conjunction again, where the responsibility is bringing us to recognize the illusions for the last time. We're going to have the opportunity to break these illusions. Neptune in Pisces is really having us do a karmic sweep in our souls for multiple lifetimes, not just this lifetime. We are having an opportunity to do a deep clean, a deep tissue clean in the soul, a deep imprint, if I can call it that, a deep karmic imprint in the soul to sweep out the illusions that we have carried over lifetimes and what we have been carrying in this lifetime. And it's going to help us clear up whatever illusions in this lifetime with the help of you. It's not going to magically wave a wand. It's going to be with what you allow, with what you choose to infuse with, is what you say yes to, and the energies are going to help you. So we have these alignments, and it's asking, how do you feel? Like I'm hearing, I'm hearing D'Angelo. How does it feel? Yeah. How does it feel? How do you feel? That's what our moon is at. The moon is saying, hey, you feel that? How you feeling? What you feeling? What that feeling bringing? What that feeling say? What is that feeling doing? And the sun is like beaming like, yeah, and what you gonna do about how you feeling? There's a responsibility about these feelings. We are responsible for clearing that energetic field. We are no longer responsible for upholding others in their dysfunctions, for catering to their dysfunctions. I don't care what it looks like. The feelings that we are, and believe me, I'm feeling the feelings, especially being in the ancestral homeland. Y'all know how the attack goes. But it feels so much lighter, I can say that, because it comes with the clarity of that. You see, I'm surrounded in all this blue. Look at that. This is a solar plexus and the throat chakra right now working. You're seeing the engagement in just the atmosphere of my, in the raiments, in my raiment on myself, in the raiment, the decoration, the raiment on the room. Blue, 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 blue walls. Picture blue ocean, endless possibilities. Sky, endless potential. The unlimited possibilities and the unlimited potentials of where we can go if only you choose to know that you know. And we have Chiron that just went direct in Aries, which is squaring the sun, the moon, all these planets here in Capricorn. Because Aries is a square to Capricorn and Cancer. So we squared up with Chiron, and Chiron is going direct now, and it's also in its final degrees, getting ready to leave Aries, age of the ram. It's been helping us close out the age of the ram for the past 4 years, about 4 or 5 years, because it spends about 4 years in a sign. Chiron has been doing the damn thing. A lot of people been asleep on Chiron, but you can't really, because it is the wounded healer. So all the things that have been coming up in the past, 4 to 5 years, that's about since 2020, that we've all been feeling, it's because it's like that pressure wash, the pressure cleaner that's really pressure washing the soot off of our souls, individually and collectively. But most importantly, I want to say collectively, because it is really pressure cleaning the soot off of our collective imprint from the age of the ram that has implanted this patriarchal rule, that has thrown us off of the matriarchal energy, the feminine energy, that has put us out of the divine feminine, has sought to bring down the divine feminine for all of us, men and women. It's not just about women, but it has affected women. But it was to quiet the women. That's why they say, they in the Bible, they put in there the women are to be quiet. They wanted to quiet the feminine energy even within the men, so that you do not listen to what? Feelings, emotions, energy in motion. They don't want you to hear that energy in motion, which are the instructions in motion and the information in motion. They don't want you to hear that. The light that is in motion. They don't want you to hear that. So all of that has been blocked. And the age of the ram has done a heck of a job in programming us and keeping us overly masculinated, women overly masculinated, and emasculating men, and men effeminate. Like all of this has been to destroy the feminine energy, the divine wisdom in the feminine energy, and then bring it down to a degraded woman, degraded feminine energy, so that you are lost in your femininity. But oh, how we are found. For those who choose to adhere to their emotions, oh, how you become found, and not let others bring you down while they just sit around doing nothing but wasting away in the underground. And with that said, as we are in Capricorn, those who have the 5D calendar, this is the month of Set. This is the month where you have the opportunity to get set, to dethrone Set, to recognize the Set that is existing in your consciousness, where you have been set tripping in your soul. Set represents the underworld. So what has been going on in the underworld of your soul? What are the things that have been playing out in the material realm, in the surface? Capricorn is also about, things in the world and in the material world. And it's to bring it to a recognition, a recognition into your soul so that you can do something about it. You can't fix it unless you face it. Have you faced Set? Have you realized the Set or the Capricorn? This is the first month, which I call the first day of the 3 months of respiriting. It is introduction. It is awareness time. Become aware. Let these feelings make you aware. And at this particular time in our total atmospheric energy, remember we are also in the season, in the throat chakra season. Let me clear my throat. That's what a lot of us are feeling. Clear your throat. This is a time to express, not just in your speaking, but in your being. This is why the solar plexus is very important to strengthen your throat, because in my being, who am I? This is the yellow. This is the solar plexus. Who am I? Because who I am being is who I'm going to be expressing in my blue, in my asu, blue asu. Who am I going to be in my endless possibilities and my endless potential, which represents the third eye, brings us into that third eye, from the throat into the third eye. When you are expressing who you are in your I am unapologetically and in alignment with divine truth and in your assignment, you expand into the third eye capacity, which is a faith like no other, which is a known that embraces the unknown. And so these feelings I have, allowing yourself, I don't know how many of you are feeling it, but allow yourself to feel these feelings so it can bring you what you need. And there's something that I was, let me say it like this, this is a sacred sense, not common sense, sacred. Because that's what was brought through me in the past 2 days that I've been marinating on these words. And it is, oh, is it a word? And whoever this is for, I don't know who it's for, but I wrote it down. I took some notes to see, because it was speaking to me. For those who have been feeling the fight with the energetic cults in your family, the gatekeepers in your family that don't know themselves and ridicule you for your feelings, like they ridicule Cancer. Oh, it's too emotional. And they do it to Scorpio too, but Scorpio is also a water sign, deep feelings, right? Like Pisces, feelings. They're always misconstrued because feelings, people don't like to go by feelings because it has no proof. And knowing needs no proof. And I'm going to give you some of that. I just took down some pointers. Knowing needs no proof, right? And we were felt, I was felt in the love or in the line of what common sense was felt. Common sense was feelings back then. There you go. It was common sense and it was feelings. You felt it in your bones. That's what I was trying to see. I wrote so fast, y'all gotta excuse me. You felt it in your bones. This is how it was back then. This is what we're returning to. The matriarchal age when we were one with the earth and we felt. We felt it in our bones, and common sense was felt because everyone was connected through rhythm, rituals, and responsibilities to one another. This is how we interacted. Rhythm, rituals, and responsibility, because rituals are a bridge from the invisible to the visible and the responsibilities thereof to one another. So common sense once meant common spirit, common breath. Not just common sense, how we say, oh, you need to have common sense. No, it was a higher octave word that meant one breath. It meant we had one spirit, one breath. That's the common spirit, the common breath that we had with each other, and we respected that, right? We observe the energy rather than words. Those of you who are in these feelings don't feel crazy or off anymore. You observe, you're hypersensitive, super sensitive because you observe energy rather than words. You feel truth before you name it, and that's not distrust. They make it seem like you're off and oh, you're being too finicky or you don't trust anything. It's discernment, right? We no longer seek. This is a what do I want to say? An affirmation. But before I get to the affirmation, wanting us to understand that we no longer seek common sense and what this observance is and what happens when you feel. So some of us, we're in this position, and when you feel like, for whoever this resonates with, when you feel like you can't trust easily today, you just feel like all of this, I know I've been feeling it coming up to the moon, like I just can't deal or don't want to deal. We're not going to do. And it's not that I can't do. I kept hearing that word. Oh, it's okay if you can't do it. No, I will not. It's not that I can't. I choose not to put my will in that direction with inauthenticity. I will not do it. And I want to say this because this is what really stood out to me. When you feel like you can't trust, it's not that you're broken. It's nothing wrong with you. It may be that your ancestral intelligence is remembering that not everyone honors the truth in the same way anymore. You are becoming sensitive to that. Allow your feelings, it's seeing what it's seeing because this is your your ancestral intelligence, and I mean the ancestral DNA inside of you, your blood, your ancient ancestral blood inside of you with its wisdom knows that everyone's not honoring truth. You're seeing it, you're recognizing it. They got you living in an inverse reality, and I got to talk about that some more because that's really what it's been feeling like, right? So honor that truth because they're not. Your nervous system still remembers, it still recognizes how dangerous it feels to give trust where alignment isn't mutual. That's what we're feeling. That's what you're feeling. You're not crazy. Your feelings are your receptors, your sensations that is telling you something ain't right. They don't trust and they're not in alignment, and you realize how dangerous. And I thought I was the only one. I was like, I'm not the only one. It is dangerous. And when you express this, they looking at you like you crazy, but so be it. Be willing to be alone in these feelings because you're not really alone. Be willing to be alone knowing that you're not alone because everyone else around you is going to see. For those of you who are rising to a different occasion, a new octave, a new level in your expansion, right? This is your understanding that it's just dangerous. You can't give trust. I don't care what it is. I don't care what the comforts is. You can't give trust where they are not in alignment and there's no neutrality, right? What used to be common sense is returning as sacred sense within inner knowing, with inner knowing within. Sacred sense with inner knowing. That's what it is. What used to be considered common sense is on a return, but as it truly was, as sacred sense, because that is a sacred inner sense within, an inner sensation, right? You don't listen, you listen to, but you don't leap. Like we don't leap. You feel before you name it. We feel things. And that's why they call you cray cray. Cause they like, what? Where you get that from? You felt it in the energy. Your sensations feel. And in your being, you are allowing yourself to feel. It's your spirit remembering that Not all energy deserves access to your trust field. That's what you're feeling. It's like it. No, I'm not doing this right now. We not doing this no more. The feelings are real, and you are true in these feelings. True blue. So allow it to be a part of your true identity. Don't let anyone corrupt your identity body anymore with their stories, because you could kind of feel that fight. You feel this in the inverse reality that they're trying to put you in, as if you don't see in true time reality what's happening. What's happening? But the feelings is letting you know we are returning to our sacred sense within, right? And so, an affirmation that you could say with that is, I no longer seek common sense. I seek sacred sense, the wisdom of what my body and spirit already knows. I seek that. So I'm not looking for you and you and you to have common sense no more. Let them be where they are, because we now know that it's not even about common sense. It's about a sacred sense that looks for common spirit, common breath, that knows common spirit and common breath, which is one mind consciousness. That's what we're returning to. So know that your lack is not a flaw. It is a way of your lack of trust. Let me not say lack, I correct that. Your lack of trust, as they see it, the lack of trust, is not a flaw. Because they want you to believe in their fallacies, and it's not a flaw. It's a way of maintaining energetic integrity in a world that forgot how to be honest with themselves. And those are the notes that I got with that. I had to jot down what I was getting from it. And this was coming from a chat, but I had to share it. I had to share that because it has to do with everything that's been playing out lately with the feelings and the emotional body that's bringing clarity. Remember, truth brings clarity to the soul, and we are authenticating the vibratory field. So let those feelings, full moon in Cancer, let those feelings come up to highlight and bring to you, and all your personal planets, Mars, Venus, Mercury, the messenger that is backing the Mars energy, that is taking the initiative for Venus to come through with her beauty, truth, and goodness. That beauty that connects you into your crown, that lets you know all is well, and the true beauty of what exists within you. Not the surface level material stuff, but a mature Venus that understands the beauty of what truly exists in you. And Mercury's message supports all of that, while the sun is bringing all of that to the outer world. All of your set underworld stuff is being highlighted to the outer world, with the moon as our inner world, bringing the emotions and the instructions, highlighting what is there. Now take responsibility in Capricorn. What are you going to do this Capricorn season? So make sure you do some release. Write down what you can release and let go, and what no longer serves you. Right? I'm gonna have some cards. I may do next a card reading, because I'm pulling the cards with this full moon, and we're gonna see what speaks to us. Allow you to speak to you and be true to you, and do not let anyone put your emotions under the blue. No, we gonna walk on it. Where my Christ conscious people at? Get in that super conscious, which is your Heru, and only the Heru can overthrow Set. So it's time to get to work. Okay, our Set remembers the dismembered parts, the memories, the feminine energy. That's what Cancer's moon is representing. Let those feelings help you to remember, to recollect, to have a total recall of the information that you need in your soul for the truth and beauty for you to behold. Because it's on and forward from here. I know some of you are feeling it, but we not being brought down. It's like a buoyancy. You feel it, but then it's like, I'm floating. I see what's happening. And then you see what you got to do, and please stick to what needs to be done. Please be mature in your Capricorn energy and let Mars take the initiative to do what must needs be done with a grounded essence. It's a fire, but it's grounded fire. That Mars is like, all right, let's get it done, right? A responsible Mars. So with that said, enjoy your full moon, embrace those emotions, and allow yourself to feel them and be in your I am, into your true blue, and let them bring peace and clarity onto you. Peace, love, and light.